Why can't we build lights underground? I mean, we used to be able to build lights underground, then they kept changing it, and we couldn't do it, and then we found another way, and then we couldn't do that, and everyone thought it was over. Everyone thought building lights underground was a relic, and a relic is like, something you can't do in Grounded. It's part of the ancient Grounded past, something you'll never be able to recreate ever again. But we found a way. We found a way. You can still put lights underground in Grounded 8.2, and this video is going to show you how. Before we get into the video, I just want to remind everybody that if you enjoy the content here on Tiny Power Gaming, you could do me a huge favor and smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot. Also, if you want to see more videos, well then I hope this video earned your subscription today. And if it did, don't forget to ring that little bell so you'll always be notified whenever I upload new videos here on Tiny Power Gaming.
Whoa, I'm not just small, I'm tiny. This is freaking awesome!
What up? It's Tiny Power Gaming, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can still build lights underground in Grounded 8.2. This is an old secret technique, an old building technique that people in the old days of Grounded, veteran players who were playing earlier versions of the game, used to be able to build lights underground quite regularly. Then we found another workaround when they tried to shut it off. Then they shut it off again, except we found another workaround, and that's what this video is about. So the first step in building lights underground is to first pick your cave, pick your poison. I picked the wood plank where the spider den is and decided I was going to illuminate this spider den. Then you need to clear it out. Now I got lucky the wolf spider wasn't in there because I think I already took care of it. But he wasn't in there when I went to build this, but there were a few spiderlings. I took care of them. And then I got ready to build. Now the most important piece, the key component to building lights underground in 8.2 is the Acorn Spiral Stairs. The Acorn Spiral Stairs are the most important part of building lights underground right now. And in order to build the Acorn Spiral Stairs, you will need 8 acorn shells, 1 weed stem, and 6 crude rope. Now once you have that, you can go down into the cave of your choosing, and you have to try to find a location within the cave that will allow you to place the blueprint for the Acorn Spiral Stairs. So once you've found a spot, sometimes you got to clip it through the wall. I actually wanted to clip it through the wall so that only the railing is showing through, because it is the railing itself of the stairs that will allow you to place your lights. Now once you've placed the Acorn Spiral Stairs in the locations of your choosing, you then need to pick your lights. You can either use slime mold sconces, which is 1 slime mold stalk and 2 crude rope, or you can use sap sconces, which is 1 sap, 3 dry grass chunks, and 2 sprigs. And with those, you can choose to illuminate the underground cave however you choose. Place them wherever you want. I chose to do it this way so that I could sort of evenly spread out the light. There might be locations, so for example, I have a section of the tunnel that I couldn't illuminate. Just it wouldn't let me place a spiral stair in that area. So you might experience a little bit of that. This isn't a surefire guaranteed way to illuminate the entire cave, but this is the newest technique to do it. That has been discovered. It was discovered by Kinetical Kaos, who is a Grounded YouTuber here, and it was pioneered also by Rambo Robby, who is a Twitch streamer over on Twitch who does Grounded. Kinetical Kaos also live streams over on Twitch, and I also live stream over on Twitch. But they are the pioneers of this new secret technique, and they told me that I can go ahead and make a video about it because, fair warning, this secret technique for building underground will probably not exist after update 9.0, especially now that I put the video out about it. But I put the video out about it so that you all could have 2 weeks. You got about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. You got about a month before 9.0 probably comes out and does away with the ability to build the spiral staircases underground like this, which means building lights underground will essentially become a relic build. A relic build in Grounded, in case you're wondering, is something that I call a build that you can't do in Grounded anymore, whether it's been because of a terrain change from an update, whether it's been because of a building zone change from an update, or sometimes the recipes change. But examples of relic builds include things like buoyant foundation chandeliers. You used to be able to build buoyant foundations outside of the water, and you could stick lights underneath of them and build a chandelier up in the roof of, or up in the ceiling of your building, You used to also be able to build lights underground in a different way, like I mentioned before. There's also been void zones, 2 void zones that I know of, where you could build secret bases that sort of clipped into areas of the map that you weren't supposed to be able to go to. And armor glue. Armor glue is the most notorious one. Most every veteran grounded player has experienced armor glue. Armor glue is a relic. You don't use armor glue anymore. And since I talked about relics, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some grounded myths. Grounded myths are stories from the old grounded days about things you could do that you can't do anymore. And I'll just run through them real quick. You used to be able to kill Burgle. Imagine doing that. You killed Burgle, and then you couldn't get any more Burgle quests or any more upgrades. So that was a myth. It was actually true. These myths are true events that happen, but I call them grounded myths because I also call the builds grounded relics. You know, it sounds cool. Sounds cool. That's why. Or grounded legends, maybe. These are legends of the old days in Grounded. There was a world with no crow and no koi. So that was something that veteran players experienced. There was also a world in the backyard with no boot prints, before the boot prints. And I remember the first time those boot prints dropped. That was the first time people really realized in the Grounded universe that the terrain in the backyard is not stable. It will be changing as more updates come into the game. There will be elevated terrain, there will be lowering of terrain, there will be flooding zones. So your builds, well, they're not guaranteed during the Grounded game preview. Fair warning. Also, the great acorn drought from very early on in Grounded. The acorns used to not give you very many acorn shells. They used to only give you 1. And for a very brief time in Grounded, the acorns didn't even respawn. At least not for me anyway. Then there was the great pebble drought where the pebbles didn't respawn. That thankfully has been resolved, but that was a long issue. That was a monster that the Grounded player base had to deal with for a long time. That was the great pebble drought. Also, you may have seen some photos of this and some video of this. I don't have any photos or video of a lot of these things. But the flying koi fish. The koi fish used to be able to leave the water and fly around. Then there were 2 voids that were shut off. 2 voids that used to be able to build in. One was the sandbox void, where you could build down staircase underneath the map and build a little secret underground base. Not really an underground base, an out-of-map base. Then there was the infamous hedge void, and I actually have a video coming out later today about the hedge void, and a good friend of mine who built an awesome base in there. But the hedge void has officially, or is in the process of being closed off. So you won't be able to build in there, or you currently can't build in there. And so I got in there, and here's probably a few photos of the Jungle Temple secret base build that will be featured in a video coming out later today. So if you want to see that video, well, before I say anything about that, we should probably talk about a few monsters that affect Grounded and the Grounded player base to this day. And these are issues within the code or issues within the game mechanics that plague the player experience within Grounded. And I need, and I'm sure the Obsidian Grounded team needs the community's help to slay these beasts. But before I can talk about these monsters, one of the biggest monsters of all is that like only 8% of the people who watch these videos are subscribed. So, if you want to know, if you want to be notified when I upload this video later today, and if you enjoy the content here on Tiny Power Game, well, you can smash that like button. But I hope this video earned your subscription today. And if it did earn your subscription, don't forget to ring that little bell so you can join the #Tiny Crew. And if you want to come hang out with me and the rest of #Tiny Crew, well, I live stream over on Twitch. I also live stream later today, so if you want to come see me build Lights Underground for you in live time, I'd be more than happy to show you how to do that in live time. If this video was not clear enough about how to do it, I will show you live. So just drop in the stream sometime and let me know that. Also, if you want to keep up on channel news, I have a Discord, and I also have a Twitter. So you can join the Discord, you can follow me on Twitter, and you will keep up with all the channel news. If I'm live streaming early, if I'm canceling a live stream, if I'm doing a surprise live stream, if I'm doing a surprise video, that's where I do some news. I also show off some sneak peeks sometimes about future content. But anyway, the monsters that still play Grounded to this day are The laggy zone at the anthill. The laggy zone at the anthill. I've been battling this monster. I've been trying to deal with this monster. I know some other grounded content creators like Mike Lowry have been trying to fight this thing. We've been trying to find a workaround. You go in there, you smash all the ants, you build an elaborate ant trap to try and contain them, and nothing works. Nothing works. The lag still comes back. It still persists. I believe it's because ant eggs are forming beneath the surface. Ants are hatching beneath the surface, and now they're getting stuck in the walls, and they're freaking out, and it's causing the game to try to render and texture too many animations at the same time, which is creating a lag zone over there. That's my opinion, though, so I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to defeat this monster or not. But there's another monster, and that's the multiplayer sync stability. You'll be visiting your friend's world, and your friend's like, hey, I want to come show you this awesome build that I made. And you're like, sweet, I'll follow you. And you start following your buddy, and you're running across the backyard. And then he's like, what are you doing? And you're like, what do you mean, what am I doing? What are you doing? You're running into a wall, dude. Like, I can't follow you. And he's like, I'm not running into a wall. I'm way over here. Why aren't you following me? And it creates a little bit of frustration between friends while they're trying to play the game because they're not synced up properly. And then like 5 minutes later, boom, your friend just teleports and you just teleport to the proper locations. Almost why weren't they synced properly the entire time? It's suddenly like the sync knocks in. You're synchronized for a few seconds or a few minutes, and then you desynchronize again, and it creates the craziness. Especially if you're trying to show your friend something really cool and you're trying to lead them there. But anyway, that's another monster we're dealing with. Finally, the random red clip build zones. I'm sure every grounded player has experienced this. You build an awesome, cool base, except there's that one wall or there's that one floor that for whatever reason it just won't turn blue. It won't let you place it blue, but it'll still clip in there. It just won't turn blue. And it's not for any obvious reason. It's for no obvious reason. There's nothing there. There's no reason for it to not be blue, but it won't be blue. You can put a thing right next to it. You can put a thing anywhere around it. You can even delete the floor and then place a new one there, but for whatever reason, it red clips on you when you're trying to build it. These are monsters that I know from grounded players who have contacted me that they do not enjoy. These ruin the player experience in some way, shape, or form. I love the game so much it doesn't bother me because I know it's going to be eventually ironed out, but these are issues that need to be ironed out. In my opinion, these are monsters that need to be slayed within Grounded, and since I was talking about relics and I was talking about myths, it's only fair that I talk about monsters. But that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, say what up, Tiny Pirate. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Arg, matey, watch your step. There be a tiny pirate here.